coming up from the Northeast Live studios in Guwahati. Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain.
Hello and welcome to Northeast Tonight, the show that decodes the region. Assam elections, viewers, are less than 6 months away. Yet, the anti-BJP forces are not seen to be closing ranks to take on the ruling party. Assam Congress President Ripun Bora talked of a Mahagatbandhan or a grand alliance of the anti-BJP parties. But the question is, where is the Mahagatbandhan? Some Congress and AIUDF leaders said an alliance between the two parties was final. But Congress in charge for Assam, Jitendra Singh, continues to say a decision on any alliance between his party and the AIUDF is not finalized. Yes, several top Assam Congress leaders are against such an alliance, and so are certain leaders of the AIUDF who want the minority-based party to contest on its own. Then again, a unity among regional parties is also not materializing as of now. The newly formed Ahom Jatiyo Parikhad cannot force any ties with the Congress or the AIUDF and have therefore limited alliance options like tying up with another nascent regional party, the Raizor Dol. So, does the BJP-led alliance already have an edge in 2021, or can the anti-BJP forces spring a surprise in the coming days? After all, anything can happen in politics. To discuss the possibilities, I am joined from New Delhi by former MP Kirip Chaliha. Joining me from Guwahati is Assam Congress spokesperson Ms. Bobeeta Sharma. In the studios, I have Ahom Jatiyo Parikhad spokesman and state secretary Mr. Amrit Khatoniar, and AIUDF spokesman Mohiuddin Siddiqui is also with me in the studios. And also joining me from Guwahati is Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, professor at Guwahati University and a leading commentator. Gentlemen and lady, welcome to Northeast Tonight. Before we begin the discussions, let's listen in to what top Assam BJP leader Himanta Biswa Sharma earlier today said on the Congress AIUDF alliance.
So, Azmol aru Congress dollar mitrota Lokosabha nirbachonor সময়ত গোপনে হৈছিলে আৰু বৰ্তমানো তেওঁলোকৰ খোলাখুলিকৈ বা গোপনে মিত্ৰতা হ'বই তাত কোনো সন্দেহ নাই.
Okay, that was BJP strategist Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma saying that there was a secret alliance between the Congress and the AIUDF during the last Lok Sabha elections, and that it is inevitable that this time round also during the 2021 elections, these two parties are going to have either an open or a secret alliance. That is what Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, Assam Finance Minister, top BJP leader and strategist, said earlier today during a campaign tour of Western Assam. Let's go straight into the debate. Let me go to you, Mr. Kirip Chaliha in New Delhi. Mr. Kirip Chaliha, top Congress leader, your party leader, Mr. Ripun Bora, Congress president of the state, had said, and he had also demonstrated during the last Bodo Council elections, he had said that the alliance is final between the Congress and the AIUDF. In fact, they got down from the same helicopter, campaigned together, triggering setting at rest all speculations that, there will be no alliance. The alliance was almost final. But now the Congress is trying to have second thoughts, seems to be having second thoughts, with the party leader Jitendra Singh in charge for Assam repeatedly saying that there has been no decision. Now, where is the Mahagatbandhan? Where has it disappeared, Mr. Kirip Chaliha? I think there is a time gap. If you can hear me, Mr. Kirip, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure whether he has heard. Let me take this question. I don't know whether Bobeeta Sharma is online.
Has taken over as the in charge of the Congress party very lately, and he is an exceptionally capable person who can. Hello, yeah, I can hear now. I can hear. Are you hearing me? Are you getting me?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Hello. Well, no. As I was saying, Mr. Jitendra Prasad has taken over as in charge of Assam very recently, and as I said, quite lately. But in spite of that, I think he has a matured understanding about the situation in Assam, and since he is the General Secretary in charge of Assam, I think what he says matters more than what others say. PCC level leaders, including the PCC president, can have certain stance, but when the AICC General Secretary says something, that is final. And to my mind, to the best of my knowledge, no decision has been taken about any coalition or any alliance with any partner before the election, and nothing has been done as such. But the exercise is going on, and various possibilities are being analyzed. I don't think whatever has happened in Bodoland Council election will be the guiding force for the next election.
Okay, hold your thoughts. I'll come back to you, Mr. Kirip Chaliha. Let me go to you, Mr. Mohiuddin Siddiqui, spokesman for the AIUDF. Now, you have heard senior Congress leader, former MP, Mr. Kirip Chaliha saying that, forget about the party president. Party presidents can say anything, but ultimately the National General Secretary's decision is final. But your party leader, Maulana Badruddin Ajmal, has been saying even recently, in the last 48 hours, he has said that he is sure that there is going to be an alliance. There is absolutely no problem from the AIUDF side. Now, do you get a sense as an AIUDF leader, Mr. Mohiuddin Siddiqui, do you get a sense that the Congress is undecided? Congress is trying to back out, because the Congress has backed out even during the 2016 elections. They have given there was an understanding. At that time, Badruddin Ajmal was on record saying that the Congress has backstabbed the AIUDF. So do you get a sense that this time also the Congress is now having a second thought?
We cannot say about Congress whatever they are going to decide, but we can clear our stand. Our stand clear that we want an anti-BJP government in the state, and we believe that those who are cordial to this problem, those who are cordial to this, they will obviously come into ally with other like-minded parties where they do not have the problem. So, during the BTAD election, it already seen the people of Assam that Congress leaders and AIUDF leaders are sharing the stage also, and we do have lots of similarities in ideology also. For example, in case of communalism, we are in same point. We both the party marked BJP as the most communal party, and this party should be ousted from the power. And in this point, and seeing the opinion of the people of the state, we believe that there is no alternative before Congress to go with alliance.
Okay, so Mohiuddin Siddiqui, you are saying the only alternative for the Congress as far as alliance is concerned is the AIUDF, and there is no other option. Is that what you are saying?
No, I am not talking that they have to get alliance with only AIUDF, but Congress must to go with alliance, because the poll result says Congress is not such a position to oust the BJP government from power alone.
Okay, point noted. Point noted. Let me turn to you. Welcome, Ms. Bobeeta Sharma, senior Congress leader, spokesman of the party. Let us have Bobeeta Sharma on the screen. Okay, Bobeeta Sharma, if you can hear me, the question now is, the Congress president of the state, Mr. Ripun Bora and Mr. Maulana Badruddin Ajmal, they had a joint campaign in the Bodo elections, and everybody was almost sure that there will be an alliance. But now, in recent weeks, it appears as if the Congress is having second thoughts. As far as the AIUDF is concerned, they have no problem, and they are saying that Congress has to go for an alliance if you have to actually defeat the BJP. What exactly is the position?
Wasbir, when Commentator Sharma also spoke about the alliance, he's spoken many times. And I've seen that even the media is always interested in what the Congress is up to, where the Congress has formed alliance with the AIUDF. The media is full of this speculation. So I'm wondering why the media is so much full of speculation regarding the alliance with the of AIUDF and Congress. I think that is an internal matter of the party, both AIUDF and the Congress. And if we're sorting out if at all there is an alliance, people will know. If there is no alliance, people will know. But why so much speculation? What is the need for media to be giving so much of space to this alliance matter? That is number one. Secondly, I would also like to say that whatever Mr. Jitendra Singh has said, he has made it very clear that if there is an alliance or if there is not an alliance, whatever will be decided by the High Command. So, from that point of view, I think the message is clear. So, I don't understand why so much of speculation is still there in the media.
My point is, Ms. Bobeeta Sharma, the Congress is very unhappy now that it has lost the leader of the opposition status. Listen to me. Listen to my question, please. Please listen to my question. I think the phone line is also disrupted. I'll come back to these questions. Now, let me go to you before coming to you, Mr. Amrit Khatoniar of the AJP. Now, the question is, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, Congress spokesperson Bobeeta Sharma is trying to ask the question, why is the media worried whether there is an alliance or there is no alliance? Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, the question is, the Congress is supposed to be an opposition party in the state. The Congress itself is upset that it has lost its leader of the opposition status, and the legislature party leader is making some noise to that effect. But the point is, the media will certainly not be interested in the Congress if their position is reduced to a single-digit figure. Now the media is interested because the Congress is still a double-digit party with a double-digit figure, and that is why the media is interested. So do you think the media should not be interested in these things?
I think in the opposite way, Congress should be happy that the media is taking interest in the kind of politics that the party is doing. If it wishes that media shouldn't take any interest in the affairs of the party, it will not be in the benefit, or it will not be in the interest of the party. But regarding the alliance and the way the Congress has been trying to handle it, I think there are a lot of factors. One of the important factors is that even at the national level, the leadership, they are not very firm about the leadership. We are not very sure about who is exactly commanding the party. Is it Rahul Gandhi or is it Sonia Gandhi? I think that has complicated the affairs of the party in the state. Secondly, at the state level, because at the national level, the leadership question is not very firm, not very certain. Therefore, at the state level also, we have seen a lot of speculations, lot of inter-party rivalry. I think, in contrast to BJP, where BJP has been in a position to show up the firmness as far as the national leadership is concerned, for that matter, state leadership is concerned, Congress has not been able to do it. It had a lot of potentialities to do it. It could have picked up someone from the lower Assam like Abdul Khalek, and also someone from the northern eastern part like Bhupen Bora, and from Upper Assam to the southern side of the Brahmaputra, Devabrot Soikia, and so on and so forth, including Ripun Bora. They should have been in a position to develop a collective leadership that could have given a kind of perception in the public.
Exactly, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, hold your thoughts. Let me bring in. We'll expand on what you have said, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta. But let me bring in Mr. Amrit Khatoniar, is a Assam Jatiya Pariষদ spokesman and secretary of the party. Now, Mr. Khatoniar, there are rumors going around, there are speculations going around that Profulla Kumar Mohanto's, under his leadership, there is going to be a convention after Bihu celebrations in the later part of May under the banner of the Assam Andolan Hongrami Munch, and that there could be a new regional political party, and that Profulla Mohanto has no problem in approaching the Assam Jatiya Parikhad for an alliance, and then these two people combined, the regional forces can also ask the AIUDF for an alliance because the objective is to defeat the BJP. Do you think that is feasible, or do you think that is in the realm of total and utter speculation?
Thank you, Wasbir. There is a small correction. I am not the state secretary. I am in fact the state office secretary.
Okay.
There is a small
All
correction
right.
is there.
All right.
Now there are three issues has come up. You have come back that Profulla Mohanto has been to in Delhi and is looking for a convention to unite the opposition parties, including AJP and Rajadal whatsoever. That message we are not yet got, nor we have any idea about it. That's very clear. Now the whole issue today is hovering around three points. Number one, what AJP is, whether they are going for alliance with the national parties to make a single opposition. My point is very clear. AJP in no uncertain terms is very clear that will not ally at any cost with the national parties or parties having religious manifesto. That is very clear. So that means I would like to say national parties means Congress, BJP, and for that matter the relations of AGP being with BJP. So AGP is ruled out and AIUDF is ruled out. So we'll go along with our alliances, maybe with regional parties having the same philosophy and ideology, and maybe who is non-related to this national parties. That is one. Second question is, there's two important questions. Now, BJP has strong alliance. That is the message that has come across the state that you are also advocating. Everybody is saying that they have a strong alliance. But the question is BJP trustworthy? Number one.
That the people are going to decide.
Now people have decided almost. Now the comments, the sarcastic comments by their leaders. I'll tell only two examples. BPF, the way they have behaved their partner, Hagrama Mohilari, number one. Number two, what Himanta Biswa Sharma has said a year back on 16th or 15th of January last year, that the AGP, Assam Gana Parishad, is a football without air. That was the comment. Now, Ranjit Das is saying that AGP is the only regional strong, it has got no parallel. So these characters, these comments proves that what BJP is trying to do.
Okay, let me once again turn to Mr. Kirip Chaliha, and then I'm coming to you, Ms. Bobeeta Sharma. Mr. Kirip Chaliha, the Congress always takes decision at the last moment, and by the time any decision is taken, it usually misses the bus. And now it's a very simple question. The BJP, Mr. Khatoniar is raising the question as to, he's questioning as to how the BJP has behaved with its ally of 5 years, the Bodoland People's Front. That's a different story. But the BJP already has an alternative ally in the Bodo heartland in the form of the UPPL. Now the question is, where the BJP's alliance is already formulated as far as the 2021 elections is concerned, the opposition seems to be in total disarray. And if we are to take the Congress as the leading opposition party, the Congress has also not been able to, concretize its alliance partners, because there are several camps within the Congress. Some are in favor of the alliance with the AIUDF, many are opposing it. So where do you go from here? Kirip Chaliha.
See, the Congress party is a very old party, and it has fought many elections even before BJP was born. So Congress party can take decisions at the last moment. But Congress has a very protected base of support in Assam. Even if it can have its ups and downs, but I think even now, I mean, you are talking about AJP. AJP is a party which is yet to come into its full form. So Congress doesn't have all those hassles. Congress will have to now formulate certain strategies, and I think Congress High Command is taking certain strategies. The new General Secretary is a very decisive person. I know him personally. He's an admirable party organizer. He has formed a team now from the central level. Now some more, I think, names have been announced today to look after the Assam affairs. I think some of the decisions will take place pretty soon. And I think time to enter into the electoral arena starts within the month of January. I don't think that will be any obstacle. The point is how much they can go ahead, and how much BJP can achieve or lose. You see, for example, you are talking about the who is taking decision, Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi. The question is also equally can be asked: who is taking decision of BJP in Assam? Himanta Biswa Sharma or Sarvanda Sunwal? So all these things are immaterial. After all, decisions are taken by the party, and every party takes its own decision. That can't be a decisive
but that is a different.
Even now, if they
you are trying to play safe. I can understand your compulsions, Mr. Kirip Chaliha. You are trying to play safe. This is a very play safe kind of a statement. The Congress is an old party, so it can take decisions at the last moment. But my point is,
Wasbir, you are entitled to your comments. You are entitled to your comments, and I may agree to disagree.
Absolutely, absolutely. We all agree to disagree, but the point is the show must go on. Kirip Chaliha, let me turn. I'm coming back to you with a more specific question. But let me go to you, Ms. Bobeeta Sharma, before coming to you, Mr. Mohiuddin Siddiqui and Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta. Ms. Bobeeta Sharma, a lot of people are speculating. You see, whenever there is election time, you have the media. Media has to speculate. That is their job. We have to ask questions, because that is our job. My question is, what are the options before the Congress in Assam? You don't have very many options. Apart from, you may or may not have an alliance with the AIUDF, but what are the other options do you have? You cannot align with the Assam Jatiya Parikhad, you cannot align with the Assam Gana Parikhad, and there are hardly, the left parties have already, they are not in the race anymore. They may be having one or two strongholds. So what are the options before the Congress? Going solo? Is going it alone the best option for the Congress? What is your personal view?
See what this. I believe that responsible political parties will have certain goals to serve the people in the country. They are formed with the wish to hope of the people, to protect and preserve the constitutional rights of the people, and to give a progressive environment where every citizen, irrespective of caste, community, religion, and sex, can flourish. Sure that these political parties which have come up recently, they have the same goals, and these are the goals that we also have. We know the Congress Party, the history of the Congress Party. We believe in an inclusive society. I've just heard about the AJP spokesperson saying that they don't want to align with any party which has a religious, manifesto. Congress does not have a religious manifesto. Who says Congress has a religious manifesto? Secondly, Congress is a national party with a regional outlook. Till today, Congress has always fought for what is good for the people of the state in Assam as well as the Northeast. Every Congress party, you see, every time the Congress party raises their voice, which is in the interest of the Congress, interest of the state of Assam. Who voted against CAA? It was not if it was not for the Congress.
No, there is a correction.
No. Let me ask a follow-up question. Let me ask a follow-up question to you.
Let me complete, please, because I have not been able to speak my mind. That is why we are saying that we are open to alliances. You cannot just brush aside that Congress is a national party, and you cannot put us on the same platform as the BJP.
Okay.
We have always fought for what is right for the state. We cannot say that we don't have a regional spirit in us.
Now, for the sake of clarity, Ms. Bobeeta Sharma, for the sake of clarity, do I understand from what you said that the Congress will be open for an alliance with the Assam Jatiya Parikhad because both of you have the same stand on the Citizenship Amendment Act? Is the Congress interested in an alliance?
We are open to alliance with anybody who
believes in giving protection and dignity to every individual in society, irrespective of caste, community, and religion.
But for AGP, we will be strongly opposing alliance with Congress, AIUDF and BJP, and also for that matter,
Why
AGP.
Congress? Why
Everybody.
Congress?
Any national party, not alone Congress, any national party, AGP is not interested to go for alliance. I make it very clear to the people of Assam, to the panelists, to the people across the state, that AJP is against going for any alliance with Congress, BJP, AGP or AIUDF for that matter. It's very clear. There should not be any interpretation anymore.
Let me, I have to go for a break, but let me ask a very direct question to Mr. Mohiuddin Siddiqui of the AIUDF. Mr. Mohiuddin Siddiqui, in the last 24 hours, there have been serious speculation about Prafulla Kumar Mahanta breaking away from the Assam Gana Parikhad, forming a new party and approaching the AIUDF. How credible are these reports? What is your party's stand? Will you be willing to align with Prafulla Kumar Mahanta if he breaks away from the AGP and from a new regional party? And let me tell you, let me add, Prafulla Kumar Mahanta is already sidelined within the Assam Gana Parishad because he is having an anti-Ka stand, whereas the rest of the AGP are a part of the government which is in favor of the Citizenship Amendment Act. That is the main tussle between Prafulla Mahanta and his party in the state. Yes, Mohiuddin Siddiqui.
Yes, we are very much serious about the matter that which alliance will able to oust the BJP government from the state. First, we have to ensure this first. And then after we will see the other interest where will be protected very much or very well.
Has Prafulla Mahanta contacted the AIUDF?
Now actually, as far our seriousness concerned, we have seen that no one political party in the state now alone can give an alternative in this state, and that's why there is a need of grand alliance where Congress should be there, where all other regional political parties, new and old, all should be in this alliance.
So you are proposing a grand alliance of the Congress, AIUDF and the regional parties.
Yeah.
That is what you are saying in simple terms.
Yeah, this is necessity of the time.
Okay,
in order to oust the ruling force from the power.
Okay, that is what is your grand argument, but that the mathematics is not working out. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, very quickly I will have to go for a very short break. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, 20 seconds, but that mathematics is not working out.
Yes. I think that Congress has to be very firm as far as the electoral strategies are concerned. They shouldn't think that because Congress is a very old party, they'll take a decision at the 11th hour and they'll be in a position to defeat BJP. Now, they are fighting the elections in a very, very different context. They have to understand. This is a changed context where BJP has consolidated its vote base in different, penetrated into the foundation of different communities like Tree tribes, Sidal tribes, and also Bengali Hindus. Therefore, if they keep on telling that Congress is an old party and they'll take a decision at the 11th hour, I think that is not going to help the party.
Okay, we'll return. We are in a very interesting stage of this discussion. I'll go for a short break. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Let me go straight to you, Mr. Kirip Chaliha. You know, Mr. Prafulla Kumar Mahanta, do you see in him a potential ally? I'm asking this question because there are speculations galore that he is in New Delhi ostensibly for a health checkup, but there are a lot of rumors and speculations which say that he is also likely to meet top Congress leaders apart from Maulana Badruddin Ajmal. So, do you see in Prafulla Kumar Mahanta breaking away from the AGP, forming some kind of a new regional party and possibly approaching the Congress as well? Who knows? Because you will take the anti-Ka stand. You will say that we are on the same position as far as the Ka is concerned. Do you think that is a possibility? Would you like to have Prafulla Mahanta in your camp?
See, Wasbir, political alliances take place on the basis of certain discussions by considering the prospects, and pre-election alliances take place on the basis of a working document, which is called a pre-election agreement between two parties with common programs. A common program has to be formed. Now, these were mostly statements by state leaders or even by the press that there is an alliance between Congress and AIUDF and all that, and there was a joint meeting somewhere. But now, when it is a matter of state election, things become little more serious. Now, it's not only mathematics, let me tell you, and I think you are a veteran on this. Politics is not only mathematics, it is chemistry. And let me tell you, it involves calculation, it involves permutation and combinations, and it also has to study the action and the reactions. So now, and these things, alliances are done not by.
I have to probe.
It takes place at a very.
I have to.
Can I continue? Now, can I continue?
Continue.
Lot of things have to be worked out by the top leadership of various political parties. And similarly, among those who are opposing BJP, they talk about a grand alliance of other opposition parties. But in doing so also, we have to find out whether a grand alliance will be more important, or that will have an impact on election, or what? The inner dynamics of BJP will have a bigger impact. Like, who will be the next chief minister of if BJP comes to power? Sarvanda Sunwala.
How does it matter to you?
It may also create have lot of problems.
Why should you be worried about that, please? Why should you be worried about who becomes the chief minister?
Alliance will come.
No. Why should you be bothered about who becomes the chief minister? Why are you not bothered about? No. This is not a very logical argument.
In a state election, who becomes the leader? And we all know there is a strong division
Sharma,
taking
you want to
place
say
in the
something,
party.
Bobeeta?
BJP,
keep
they have a
I'll
set
come
set
back
of
to you.
followers.
Hold your
Some are
thoughts.
Sarva supporters,
Hold
some
your
are
thoughts. Keep
Sharma
Chaliha.
supporters, some
Hold
are
your
Subhash
thoughts.
supporters. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Now, let me come to Mahanta.
Very quickly.
Now, let me come to Mahanta, please. Mahanta. Now, Mahanta is coming here to discuss certain things with certain people. It's good. Our High Command will give due consideration to all that. The party High Command is capable. If Mahanta becomes beneficial to us, naturally they will come to a yay. But we are more concerned about the inner dynamics. I think that next election will be fought on the inner dynamics within the BJP.
Oh, come on, Kirip Chaliha. Come on. You are fighting this election on the inner dynamics of the BJP. Who is going to buy this argument? Kirip, let me ask the official spokesperson of the Congress party, Bobeeta Sharma, do you agree with your party leader that you are going to fight the 2021 election on the inner dynamics of the BJP? Who is going to buy this?
That will be one of the factors.
Come on, Kirip Chaliha. Hold your thoughts. No. Bobeeta Sharma.
See, Wasbir, when I had questioned you about speculation about the alliance between Congress and AIUDF, how media is speculating. So what's wrong in speculation of who's going to be the chief minister of BJP?
But is your objective? Bobeeta Sharma. Let me ask you. No, I have to counter you. No. That is not the point. That is not the point. Are you contesting the elections to win, or are you going to contesting the election to find out what happens within the BJP?
Please let me complete. You are also talking about inner party, rivalry. So why can't we talk about your inner party rivalry?
Your means what do you mean? I don't belong to any party. I don't belong to any party. I don't belong to any party.
Why are you defending them then?
I am not defending them. I am asking a question. No. You are completely wrong. You are wrong.
Don't defend them.
You cannot say your. No. I'll have to stop you here. No.
The people of Assam has a right to know.
Your party leader, your Kirip Chaliha is saying you have to worry about the inner dynamics of the party. My question is, are you going to fight the election? How many lobbies are there within the Congress? Can you tell me? How many lobbies are there within the Assam Congress? How many people
how
are
many
against the
lobbies are there
alliance?
in the BJP?
Why is the
So you talk
Congress?
about them as
Why
well.
why
Why are
is
you
the
talking about
Congress?
us?
Why
You
is
talk
the
about them
Congress
as well
unable
if you are
to?
neutral.
Why is the Congress unable to forge
If
an
you are
alliance with the
neutral, you talk
AIUDF?
about them as well.
Why is the Congress unable to forge an alliance with the AIUDF? Are you happy with the if there is an alliance or not? Personally,
That is not for
do
me
you want
to
to defeat
decide.
the
That is-
BJP or you want to give them a
Definitely.
walkover?
Definitely.
Do you want to defeat the BJP or do you want to give the BJP a walkover?
Why did the BJP fail? Why did the BJP fail to continue the
Are
alliance
you going to
with
speak like
BPF?
Anand Goswami or are you going to
I don't know.
Why
speak
did
as well?
BJP fail?
I don't
fail
know.
to continue the alliance with BPF?
I don't know. I don't know.
You let
Please
me
explain.
speak. You are not letting me speak.
Please
you are not
speak.
letting me speak.
Please speak, but you don't question.
me-
Don't say that I belong to a party.
I'm not saying you belong to a party, but you are defending them, but you are not.
I'm not defending
the,
anyone.
you're
They
not
can
being
they can
you're
defend
not being
themselves.
neutral.
They
You're
can
not
defend
being neutral.
themselves. They can defend themselves like you can
Let
defend
them
yourself.
Let them defend.
They
let
can
them
defend themselves and
Let
you
them
are you
defend.
can defend yourself too.
People
I'm
are
defending
seriously
myself.
Yes, you are
about
capable
this.
of that.
Wasbir,
Speak.
people are
Let me
seriously
speak as
discussing
well.
about this
Let me
issue.
You are-
speak as well.
Yes, Mohiuddin Siddiqui, you want to say something? Yes.
Actually, several times we have been faced a question, the question of Maulana Badruddin Ajmal Sahab's chief ministership. Do we have the same right to raise the question who will be the chief minister of BJP in the next government if they form Himanta Biswa Sharma or Sarbananda Sonowal? Can Himanta Biswa Sharma answer this question? Will he show the honesty to answer this question? This is our question. Because several times we have faced the question. The chief ministership of Maulana Badruddin.
No, basically we
No,
are
no,
going.
we have faced.
Please,
Then
please.
nothing happened.
No,
Then
no.
nothing happened.
No, basic.
Then nothing happened.
Basic.
Then nothing happened.
No, just a minute. The basic argument, the basic
Question
topic.
was raised by
the
by Honorable Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma.
No, ठीक है. Okay,
Will-
fine.
Will he show the honesty to answer this question also?
Stick to the debate.
No, the debate point is the ally politics. Whether this Congress and AIUDF is going to have an alliance or whether AJP is inclined to go for an alliance with the national parties, this was the point of debate. Now the question is, I have made it very clear that AJP in no uncertain terms is going to have any alliance with the national parties whatsoever. That is, we are firm and fixed. Now the question comes, the other questions, the people are speculating whether AJP alone or its ally with the other regional parties can really dethrone the BJP. My answer is yes. Because in 2021, the election will be fought on issues. It will be issues. BJP has failed miserably. For instance, I will tell you, this 6 kilometers of land in Silchar that Mizoram has grabbed, the state government could not protect the land. Number one, there is no development at all. They say that we have made 20,000 roads. Where they have made 20,000 roads? There are 26,000 villages. Then 20,000 roads, it means that there is not even a 1 kilometer road they have constructed. There is no employment. The level of the poverty has gone up from 99 lakhs to 1 crore 55 lakhs. The economy has gone from a debt fund of 79,000 crores. We are in debt fund. Then what the hell the people are looking at? On top of it, they are trying to sell the community.
You are basically saying that considering these pieces of statistics,
yes,
you are capable. AJP is capable.
We are capable, and people are telling us because the main is car. By car,
Absolutely.
there are some people are going to lose their identity, they are going to lose their dignity, and they are going to lose their own respect in their own motherland. These are the issues that needs to be thought, not the alliances that who is going to what. All people should fight on this, and people of Assam are interested to see development. And AJP is the only party who can bring development, peace and prosperity to the people of Assam. AJP is the only party who can allow the people of Assam to live with dignity and respect.
All right,
so these are the issues that needs to be talked to the
we
are not concerned with alliance.
Very forceful argument on behalf of the nascent political party. Let me turn to you, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta. Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, at the end of the day, election is a numbers game. Whatever you say in a television studio or whatever you say outside in political rallies, at the end of the day, it is the voters are the king. They are going to vote. It's a secret ballot. And at the end of the day, results will be out. It's a game of numbers. My question is, everybody contests the elections to win. Every political party contests the elections or joins the race to win the polls. So there is no harm in every political party expressing optimism. That is natural. But my point is, how prepared do you see is the opposition in Assam to face the elections? Because yes, a lot of people are questioning the BJP for dumping an ally of 5 years and choosing a new ally. That's a valid, very valid question. Fine. But at the end of the day, BJP has an alliance partner. Their equation, their mathematics is clear as far as the 2021 is concerned. As a journalist, Mike, I want to know, where does the opposition stay today? As an analyst, what do you see?
See, Wasbir, I'm a very strong critic of BJP, and I have been doing it for decades together. But today I'm speaking as a political scientist, as a specialist, or as an expert of electoral studies. You know, election needs to be understood in its concrete reality. If you look at the way BJP has been moving, they have been trying and they have been successful in presenting a firm stand on different issues. We have been talking about the anti-car movement, but if you look at, Akhil Gogoi has been detained for more than a year now. The voices who have strongly opposed the car have not come together and raised a voice against, or raised a united voice against the detention of Akhil Gogoi. That symbolizes that we are not very, very serious in bringing unity, fight against the kind of objective, kind of goals being pursued by BJP. Therefore, if you look at from the very, very concrete and objective perspective, and I outlined it in the very beginning, now BJP is in an advantageous position because they have the public money in hand. They are in the government. If you look at the way they have been announcing one policy after the other, they have been trying their level best to catch up the voters. Now, Mr. Khatoniar has, spoken very many good values, and I agree to that. But an election cannot be owned by focusing only on values. You have to have the organizational basis. You have to have the resources and hand.
All right.
Therefore, I think
until the opposition... Can you comment on the election?
Look at, Mr. Khatoniar, look at. AF has a different strategy. AF basically focused on immigrants. AF basically focused on the people who didn't have settled housing. AF basically focused on the poor sections of the society who never got any protection either from the Congress or from the BJP. But Assam Jatiya Porikhod, who has been, I wish you the best. I'll be the happiest person in the world if you can oust the party without having alliance either with any nationalist party or other regional political parties. But situation is different. You have to understand the reality.
Right. Let me once again, before going to Mr. Kirip Chaliha, let me turn once again to Ms. Bobeeta Sharma, Assam Congress spokesperson. Ms. Bobeeta Sharma, you have heard Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta say, he is saying that in the last several months, the anti-car forces have failed to unite. The anti-car forces have failed to raise a united voice against Akhil Gogoi, who is under detention. So how do you respond to what Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta has said?
See, we have raised many times regarding the release of Mr. Akhil Gogoi. Our party has been very vociferous about it. Now, about the other parties, I cannot say about why they have not been united regarding this. But we have, as a rule, we have demanded. We have also, brought out a lot of struggle against this CAA. Now, my contention is that when you talk about election, we know that election is just an instrument so that to fulfill our dreams and aspirations of our state and also our children. What I'm trying to say is that when we think about what our society is going to be, when we see the narrative of the BJP here, we see that not only about the price rise, not only about unemployment, these are basic things we see. Definitely they have failed miserably. But what kind of society they are trying to give? is more a question every individual should now ask themselves. Are we going to fight against each other forever? I'm asking you also, Wasbir, as a parent, do you want a society where your children will grow up hating each other, hating their neighbors?
Okay,
So this
okay.
is the kind of narrative they are growing, the 65, 35, 65, the battle of civilizations. Do we want that kind of an Assam? I want every individual to think and then vote.
But Mr. Kirip
That is
Chaliha,
what election is
right,
meant for.
Right. I'm coming to you, Mohiuddin Siddiqui. I have very little time left. Mr. Kirip Chaliha, what Bobeeta Sharma is said is a lot of idealism involved in that. But to achieve your own, to have a government of your own, where you can fulfill your own vision and dreams, you first need to win the elections. Now, again coming back to the question, I mean, nobody can dispute what, Bobeeta Sharma has said, that you need a good society where everybody can prosper and so on. But to fulfill your own vision, to fulfill your own dreams, you first have to have a government in your control. Only then you can turn your dreams into reality. The question is that involves winning the election. Now, as far as the Congress is concerned, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta, he is not a rightist. He is a known self-declared leftist intellectual. He has said that he is a critic of the BJP, but he says that BJP is has consolidated itself. It has a strategy, because he is saying the opposition has failed to bring the anti-Ka forces together. Nobody has raised a united voice, for example, against the detention of Akhil Gogoi. So where do you stand? Can you give a logical explanation?
See, I think election results are determined by the prevalent political situation. Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
You see, I think election strategy, election alliances, pre-election alliances are based on common minimum program. Post-election alliances take place out of compulsive minimum program. Similarly, Congress party, as I said, has its own base of support. It is a regular, fully committed percentage of votes. Now, these votes have to be increased. Now, BJP is undoubtedly has got a formidable election machinery now, but they have their weaknesses. But when I say that there is a fight going on between two chief ministerial candidates, I am not saying that is the only problem. But that is also one of the things which can impact the election. Even alliances, let me tell you, I am not saying it. Your journalists are saying that many of the alliances between the regional parties will be determined by some leader in BJP. Now, BJP, let me tell you, BJP is going to deny seats to about 23 or 24 MLAs. I know it from their own sources. Now, where will those people go? Will they revolt? If they revolt, then there will be division of their votes also. And suppose they form a different political party, or they may come and join Congress party, or they may go to Prafulla Mohando's party. So many things are going to happen.
Okay.
Let us wait and watch.
Okay.
Everybody has their pluses. Everybody have their minuses. Don't write off any political formation.
Don't write off any political formation. That is the moot point, which, of course, no political party can be written off. After all, this is an election. Mohiuddin Siddiqui, it is now very clear that while your party is extremely willing to force an alliance with the Congress party, the Congress is having second thoughts, because perhaps a lot of things must be weighing on in their minds. If the Congress aligns with the AIUDF, they may face the brunt of the ruling party attack. This could be one of the greatest fears lurking around as far as the Congress is concerned. So what are your thoughts?
Actually, lots of things yet to be happened before election. So, situation sometimes in politics changed, we do not deny, we cannot deny also. But we are stating in such a stand that if all the political parties except BJP are serious in this issue that government should be replaced by alternative, then they will come together to be invited. And we are also in this line.
So now you have heard at the beginning of this discussion, Mr. Kirip said that Congress is an old party, so they will decide they can afford to decide at the 11th hour at the last moment. Do you think that will going to help?
I think that Congress obviously an old party, and lots of experience also before them, experience of winning and experience of being defeated in different elections. So we hope that analyzing this all, they will come to a final decision and which will be positive for the state.
So, Mr. Amrit Khatoniar, what is your take? Because at the end of the day, one thing is clear, that the anti-BJP forces in the state are in a total disarray. They cannot unite because there is no meeting ground for most of the anti-BJP forces in the state. And that itself gives an edge to the BJP and its allies.
No, that is basically, I'll give 2-3 points I'll touch quickly. BJP being the ruling in power, definitely they have the advantage in the whole situation. They are raising the various schemes and they are doing whatever they want to, because every power is in their hand. The second question is that regarding Akhil Gogoi. So far AJP is concerned, we are raising this issue at every platform, that his detention behind bars at these crucial hours.
No, the question is, we know that you are raising that question which, no, let me clarify because there is no time. Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta said that individually you may be raising. Bobeeta Sharma said that Congress is raising, but the anti-CA forces have not been able to come together. That is the moot point which Dr. Akhil Ranjan Dutta has been raising.
Dr. said that there should have been a mass movement against
not movement, raising the voice at least.
Number 2. Number 3, I speculate that whether these opposition parties are going for a ally or not is a handiwork of BJP's thought. They want to know which party is doing what, so that they can make their strategy.
So you will not tell which party you are aligning. Oh,
so,
great.
No, I am not saying that. But this is what is my apprehension. The BJP wants to know the minds of the opposition parties. My point is very clear. AJP is very clear in his perception. I repeatedly telling that we are not going to ally with any of the national parties. I have defined the parties, BJP, AGP, then AIUDF, Congress, whatsoever. That is very clear in our perception. Now we are going to the people. It's a number game, I agree. We are going to the people with issues, we are confident that people of Assam will value their own values. And they will come forward to vote for AJP, and we are going to form the government in 2021.
These are absolutely... yes, Kirip Chaliha, you want to say something very quickly? Kirip Chaliha, very quickly. Yes.
I want to say very happy New Year to the AJP leaders.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll meet you on May or June.
Absolutely, I'm running short of time. Yes, Bobeeta Sharma.
No, let me give before that.
Bobeeta Sharma. Yes, Bobeeta Sharma.
Wasbir, anything can happen in politics. Anything can happen in politics. Did anybody think that we would have an alliance with Shiv Sena in Maharashtra? So anything can happen in politics. So let the elections happen. Then we'll see what happens.
I fully agree with Bobeeta Sharma. Anything can happen in politics. We'll have to wait and watch. Surprises, there can be surprises galore. These are, of course, early days as far as the Assam election formations are concerned. Who thought that the BJP would dump the Bodoland People's Front and have a new alliance in the Bodo heartland, for example? Anyway, these are early days as far as alliances, politics is concerned. But, these speculations will go on until things concretize. On that note, I thank all my panelists for participating in the debate and the viewers for watching the program. Good night and goodbye.